Look at that. See? You write something in the chat and I turn the microphone on. How you guys doing? I'll repeat everything I just said. All right. Uh, apparently we are live, and now we have sound too. All right. Like always, Robin is on the phone with me, so if you have any questions, leave them in the chat and she will relay them to me. All right. Hope everybody, again, has enjoyed the day. It was another awesome day for the craft festival. Um, just tons of cool people and lots of actually had some new people on there, some really cool stuff. Really enjoyed that. Um, just a lot of fun stuff. Sneaks, your mom is awesome. What a sweetheart. If I don't know if he's out there in the chat, but oh, that was awesome. That was good. She was cooking. Oh, all right. So yeah, big thank you to Jamie. Jamie, thank you. You're awesome. Set all this up and got everybody on the show. Yeah, just tons of great stuff again. If you haven't been to the virtual craft festival before, we do it every other month and just a variety of things. Everything from uh, Joey just got done doing some leatherworking stuff. And woodworking, glass blowing, all sorts of stuff, and it's switched up every time from pottery and all sorts of stuff. So, um, we do it, yeah, we do it every other month, normally towards the end of the month like this, so to just kind of keep it a little bit consistent. All right, so today I am going to make a pendant using an off-center jig. So we did a video a couple weeks ago and I had a lot of questions, so I figured this was perfect, do a live show, and I can answer questions along the way and just kind of show you how it works. And like in the video, I didn't have a chance to show everything. So here I'll walk you through step by step. And actually, I have a little bit of an issue with it. So maybe there's somebody out there who has done more than me and can help me out with that because I'm trying to get something lined up and I can't get it quite right. But we'll just work through that and make a pendant today. And then towards the end, we're gonna give it away. All right. All right, let me switch cameras over. Let me get everything, now we'll get everything set up and ready to go. All right. All right. So first of all, I don't need this giant tool rest on there. Put the, put the little one on. All right. So what we're going to do today is make a pendant, and I'm going to use some of Zach. Zach makes these honeycomb blanks for us for bottle stoppers. So these are just like the cut off pieces of it. So I inlaid a piece in the pendant. And so that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to start out with this piece and just true it up and sand it up so that we can inlay it into a piece of walnut. So the jig here, put the two little spacer washers on there, and I'm going to screw the jig on just to the center hole on that. So, and these were some of the questions I had was basically, when you do pendants, do you just use this plate or can you use the indexing plate too? And the answer is, to do a simple pendant, you can just use this plate. But if you want to do some more patterns, you can put the other indexing plate on, which is this one that comes with it. And I'll show you that towards the end of it. That bolts on there too, and then you can use just a waste block, put your pendant right on there with double-sided tape, and then this thing will turn around as many times as you want. So every time, this has 10 holes in the back of it, and every time you turn the hole, you can turn this. So basically there's like, I don't know, like 32,000 different positions you can come up with, or patterns you can come up with this jig. I'm thinking you probably find 4 or 5 you'll like and stick with that, but it'll do thousands of different patterns. All right. So I will show you here in a second. Oh, I guess I could just do that now. So these are the little buttons that come with it. Comes with 3 different sizes for pendants and earrings. So what Ruth does is she took and put a piece like a thin piece of cardboard on this with double-sided tape and found a design she liked and just drew it on there just like with a pencil, peeled it off and stick it on the wall. And so this is like this one here is the number 1 position on this big plate. This is number 10 and this is number 5. So you just write on this pattern on your little template there 1, 5, and 10, and it'll be the same every single time. Just stick it on the wall, and that way if you want to do some of those pendants, you can just come back and put it right back on and get the same pendant every time. All right, we are going to do the middle one. So this right here, all of them look like that, just flat little button, double-sided tape, thin piece of plywood. You put that on there, and that thin piece of plywood is basically just to make sure you don't damage the button. So if you come around the corner and cut into it, you're just cutting into this little waste block. All right, so I'm going to put that. All right, Martin. Yeah. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I can answer them right here. So there's a piece of the honeycomb stuff. So these are just they're cutoffs from the stopper blanks that Zach made, just super thin, and there wasn't really much you could do with them. It's mostly like resin and just a thin strip of the honeycomb in there. It's flat on one side, just from the bandsaw, I believe, is how he cuts them off. That's what it feels like. I'm just going to stick that right on there with double-sided tape, and we're going to turn it, just like one of those, just like that one. All right. Let me put my glasses on so I can see, and hang on one sec. Let me move the camera over, get right down there. That is going to be a better view. Switch cameras. There. So, yeah, that's probably a better view. Yeah, so the buttons, you can put it in any one of these positions to create a pattern, but to start off with, you want to start off with number 1 so you can get it trued up. All right, little piece of double-sided tape. The tape I use is spec tape. It's pressure sensitive tape. So I don't know if you can see that, but I got this roll at Woodcraft a long time ago, and then I did that video and went back to their website to see if they had it, and I could not find it anywhere. So I don't know if they're carrying it anymore. All right. Who makes the offset jig? We do, Larry. Niles Bottle Stoppers makes it. Well, we personally don't make it. Our amazing machinist in Missouri makes it. He makes bottle stoppers, makes the jig. All right. Just kind of get that lined up. I just cut these little out on the bandsaw, just a basic size. Smash it together. It's pressure sensitive. So if you just kind of stick it up there and are trying to get it, centered, you can stick it up there a little bit and it'll come back off. But once you press it together, it's not going to come off. All right. This over here. Just like that. Okay, and I'm going to switch cameras because I don't think I can get in here with the tool with this one. All right, there we go. And I'm using the EasyWood #1 hollower with the negative rake on it. So we're just going to, I got the lathe speed about 2,500 RPMs, and we're just going to round this over. Actually, it's not, the camera's not going to be in the way, so I'll give you that view right there. So, and then to come in and true it up, we'll just use a parting tool like that. Have that rounded over. Parting tool. Come in here. You can kind of see the ghosting in there where the actual spot is. Thank you very much, Martin. Martin, yes. Marlon. Sorry, Marlon. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Thank you, Marlon. Yes, Paul, the machinist that makes our stuff, does amazing work. He is like super detail oriented. He was like, just quality is like, he doesn't let anything go out unless it's perfect. All right, so we got that done. I'm going to drop it down just a little bit because I think there's a little spot right there in the center I need to get out. All right, there we go. So we have it all trued up. Make sure there's no, oh, there's a little flat spot on it. Hang on. There we go. And so it's still on here. You sand it all up, run through your grits real quick. Do that, turn the lathe speed down. Yes, did somebody ask, was that the #1 hauler? Yes, that's the #1 hauler from Easy Wood Tools. Oh, and Easy Wood just acquired. Glenn was ready to retire, and so he sold the Yorkshire Grit to Easy Wood Tools. So that's awesome. Yeah, Glenn was ready to go, so Easy Wood is taking it over. So we will have it available in the States and just a bunch of different places soon. In fact, I will use the paste on this to get it to shine up. All right, so run through all your grits. So this is kind of a, I don't have a bunch of time, but we'll just actually sand up a couple grits and then we'll use the Yorkshire Grit on it. Depending on what it is, I use the micro mesh pad sometimes too. But I think the Yorkshire Grit will actually be quicker for this. So I sanded up to the 320 on that. All right, let's do that. Let's get that going. All right, I'm gonna just put a little bit on. And Jamie, is Jamie out there? Does Jamie, Robin just laughed when I said, is Jamie out there? What is he saying? Is he talking trash? Well, hang on. Well, that's not, I don't know what's going on in the chat, but if you're watching this after the fact, read along with the chat, because I'm sure there's a mess going on over there. Oh, Robin, what's the deal? I thought we were supposed to have each other's back even when we're wrong. That's was part of the vows. Robin said Jamie sings better than I do, which that's not true. All right, that was the regular Yorkshire grit, and then I'll put the resin stuff, the microcrystal on it. All right. Yeah, I did. I don't think I've used the micro stuff on a few resin pieces, but I actually wasn't sure whether you're supposed to use the regular Yorkshire grit. It's impossible to have a British accent and sing better than me. That's why all the British bands sing with an American accent. All right. So it's got that aluminum in it, and you could see that it's gets that dark. Michael, yes. Jamie Wood. All right, there we go. All right. We go ahead and take a little knife, pop that off, and I'm going to get some more of that off there. I think I left some of it on. All right. Then we will just pop that. Oh, now I dropped it. There we go. So we have that all done. Sides are flat to inlay that into the next piece. And the next piece will be a piece of walnut. We're going to do that just like I did that one there. So so I did a bottle stopper quite a while ago, and I inlaid a piece of this into the top of it, but it was maple and it was light colored wood, and Robin didn't like it. Apparently, she didn't like it, like she didn't like my singing, and so she said, "Can you use a darker piece of wood like walnut?" I said, "Whatever." Yes. All right. So I actually like the maple look. Same thing with this. It's just a piece of double-sided tape on there. And we will stick this right on. All right. Is there anybody out there in the chat that has made a bunch of pendants that has figured it all out? Because here's my problem. All right, let's just put the brakes on here real quick. So here are the two pendants I've done trying to do this. So can you see that one right there? You see that when you hang this, that hole is off. So when it hangs, this is going to be way over here. So I did another one. This one right here is closer, and it might not look like it on camera, but it's off this way just a little bit. It's not right. It's just, I don't know, it's going to hang, but it's be off right. So I did another one. And so this one here actually lines up. So it's on number 5 and number 10, and it lines up. But the problem is if you're doing a 2-inch pendant like this, you can only do a small little inlay in it to be able to still get your hang hole. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. So is there any way to actually, I want this hole up here, and I don't know the position for that. And there is a position, I just don't know what it is. So anybody out there? Not so far, Robin said. Not so far. Well, I want to know. I want this thing moved up here, lined up straight. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So this is the piece of walnut, same thing, double-sided tape. And like I said before, you can always take and put that other indexing plate on there and move this thing around as many times as you want. We're going to just do the 2 positions, or actually I'm not. I'm just going to do 1 position because I'm going to make that big inlay hole, and then I'm just going to hand drill the other hole straight down from it because I want to, that way it's perfect and lined up. All right. Because, Robin said because. I don't know what she means by because. Oh, because I want to give it away at the end of this to whoever can answer the trivia question. All right. All right. I'm going to use a detail gouge just to get these corners knocked off. Yeah, if it didn't come out, I didn't want to give it away, but so I'm going to do it. Just drill it by hand, and that way we can give it away. All right, detail gouge. We're still good on the camera. I have my microphone on. That's good. Chris, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you later. We'll see you next weekend. All right. There we go. Now we have it trued up. Now we can. This is going to be the back side of it, so we just kind of round this over and cup it out just a little bit. I'll turn get the overhead camera on here just a second. Basically all you're doing is the back side of it, rounding it over on the corner. I do have to say though, it's very difficult for me to stand in here and turn by myself while Robin is on the phone laughing, and I know it's at my expense. So it's bowed up just a little bit in the center there. So put your tool on it. If it rocks like that, you need to cup it out a little bit more because this surface here is going to go against the double-sided tape. And the answer to the trivia question is not Metallica or Gilligan's Island. I will give you that clue. All right, so we're just cupping that out just a teeny bit. There we go. Now it sits nice and flat. I can see the gap there in the center, and we'll go ahead and sand that up. Did I do a 3-tray dish? You know what I did? Who asked that question? Gordon? I did a 3-tray dish. It was like on a Twitch stream or something years ago. I remember that. So I just took a piece of wood, like a rectangle, and I took out 2 of the jaws of the chuck, and I just kept moving it down until I made the 3 little trays in it. Yeah, it was different than this. But yeah, I do remember that, Gordon. All right, run through the grits here real quick. No trivia on the heavy metal 80s pens. That's all I know. It's like White Snake and Twisted Sister and Motley Crue and Bon Jovi. Those are my people. Bon Jovi wasn't metal. I don't think any of them were really metal. They weren't Megadeth. or Slayer. I can't even think of any of those songs, or any of those songs they sang, because they were probably not good, right? Robin loves music, like, and she listened to all that noise, all music. She said she listened to all music. All right, there we go. Got that done. Now we're gonna just pop it off of there. I'm not gonna put a finish on it yet, because I want nice clean surface. And I think if I put the doctor's walnut oil on it right now, it does take a little while for it to dry. And we don't have time. We got to get to the heavy metal trivia question. All right, pop it off of there. Take your tape off. And we'll put another piece of tape right back on there. Bonnie's hand was in a Bon Jovi video? What? There's got to be some story behind that. Why just the hand, Bonnie? Were you like in the crowd and the camera went by? I'm waiting for Bonnie's response. Just the hand. All right. So, like I was saying earlier, it's pressure sensitive tape. So you just turn it on, and I just barely set it on there. So you can kind of see that it's off just a teeny little bit. We'll just keep doing that. Moving it around a little bit until we find the sweet spot. There you go. That is close enough. All right, just like that. We'll go ahead and clean this surface up. Round over the little edges there. All right, everything's good. I tighten it up. Boom. All right, back to that camera. All right, round that over. You were hanging on for dear life, and your hand was in the video. That's awesome. That's awesome, Bonnie. Oh, okay. There we go. We got that done. Just cutting these off. Just, I don't know, just because. All right. Oh, the concert was here in Portland. All right. Now we're going to move this off center, and we're going to I'm going to try, because I had it set up for 5 and 10, but it's just not, it would be too small. So I'm going to move it back to 8. And then we are going to use a pencil to figure out whether that is going to work for what we have. So all you do is crank it all down. Actually, you know what? I can take those spacers out now because it's not in that center hole. That's what those spacers in the very beginning. So, okay, so when you're lining the buttons up, let me show you real quick. So if you have the mandrel in the center hole, and then you come over here and put the button in the center hole, this won't tighten up. It'll hit these tap out. So you have to put those washers in there to bring it out a little bit so that the button will turn in. But once you move the button off of center, you are all good to go. And then you can take the washers out, and that way it's a little more stable, moves it back just a little bit. All right, now let's see if 8 is going to be enough. So once you have it up there, you turn the lathe on. You can see right where center is. I'm just going to put a spot on it real quick and see where that is. That's way too low, so we need to move it. Oh, this is going to be a process. Yes, I wrote down. Robin asked me if I wrote down the number. Yes, I wrote down the number. I explained why we're moving it. Robin's not listening to my demonstration. She's just focused on the chat and the Metallica references. Okay, try that one there. And you just keep playing around with it. That one there is still a little bit, I don't think it would come out far enough. So that's the center point. As you start cutting, it will come out over the edge. So we will unscrew it. That's number 5. We're going to go to number 3 and see how that works. And then once you get your pattern, you get to the spot you want, you can just write that down, and then that way you can duplicate the same thing over and over again. And I believe that one, number 3, will, where's the button we just made? There it is. Oh, maybe not. I got to go a little bit more. One more. So we're going to move it to the number 2. All right. There we go. All right, that's going to be plenty right there. So you could see like that one right there, where it was, and it will, if you were to do every one of them, it would show you how it's gradually getting further out as it goes around. So that one will be good. So I'm going to actually sand this up first so that after I cut the recess, I'm not sanding the edges of the recess. So let me do that real quick. All right, turn the lathe speed down a little bit. And now I turned it off center too. I should have sanded this up before. Actually, I'm going to put it right back in the center hole real quick. Marlin, sorry. There is on the website, go to the jig. There are some spreadsheets on there. But another full disclosure here. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, because I read the spreadsheet and I got about a paragraph in and I got lost. It's if you're not like engineering type, which I'm not, I don't know. It's just, I'd rather come out here and move this button around 20 times than try and figure it out. But there are spreadsheets on there. Dan wrote up 3 of them, and it explains everything on how you can move it around and calculate everything. I'm just not, it's on the website, and it explains everything. But it doesn't, if you're an engineer, you'll understand it, but I did not. So I asked Ruth about it, and she goes, I read about 2 paragraphs and went out in the shop and started playing with it. So, but if you understand it, you'll be able to go, oh, that's number 3 and number 7 and at 22 or whatever it is. But I don't know. I got lost, so I came out here and started moving the buttons around. All right. There's spreadsheets. There's 3 different spreadsheets. One on designing patterns, one on the pendants, and one on bottle stoppers. And it explains all of it on there. All right. All right, that's good. We're going to go with that. All right. All right, well, let me do one more grit because we're actually giving this away, right? So that's if you can guess it. You know what? I should probably just give them the trivia question now to give them time to work on it because, oh, we only have 20 minutes left. Oh, 24 minutes left. All right, Robin said we got 24 minutes left. I'm going to give you the trivia question now because I think it's going to take a while. Robin said maybe. I think it's random enough that it might take a while. All right. What? It's a trivia question, but it's not something you can look up because I'm the one that came up with the answer. So is that a trivia question or is it more like my personal opinion question? I think it's more like my personal opinion question. Okay. What is the greatest invention in the last 25 years? By far. And I will give you a hint. It is grocery related. All right. There we go. Larry wants to know what I will be demonstrating for the show coming up. This when is it? It's in November. Yes, I'm doing bottle stoppers and lidded boxes, Larry. And in fact, I'm doing the bottle stopper video tomorrow. And then the lidded box video on Monday, and to get them to them early so they can get them all set up on the website. Wow, Robin said I should have said food related, and that did not take. Wow, well see, you wanted me to do it early. Somebody already got it. It is self-checkout. Hang on. Hang on one sec. Hang on, let me. All right. All right. Who got it first? That was Estroy? Sorry, probably pronouncing that wrong, both Robin and I. I'm just repeating what she said. Yes, self-checkout, in my opinion, is the greatest invention in the last 100 years. Literally, you do the work and pay the same price. Whoever came up with self-checkout, they should be billionaires by now. It is genius. I'm surprised they haven't figured out how to get us to stock the shelves yet. Self-checkout. Genius. Absolute genius. All right. Send us. Robin is going to send you or put our email. Yes, Robin's going to send you or give you our email. Send us your information and we will put the pendant in the mail. Probably should have waited till make sure it came out. All right. Yeah, hopefully it comes out. All right. So self-checkout. I want to know whose idea that was. Absolute. I mean, that's like Einstein right there. All right. Oh, so that's another thing. Since we're on that, Jamie. Okay, move this off. I'm gonna mark this out. Make sure we got enough room for it. So, you know what? I don't know if that is. Oh, maybe it is. All right. I think it is. I think it's going to work. All right. All right. I'm just going for it. All right. What did Jamie say? Jamie said we live in Oregon and we don't have to pump our own fuel. And so that was another thing. So here, there's only a couple of states where you don't pump your own fuel. So I mean, I have to say that's kind of genius too. You pump your own fuel and pay the same price we do. That's pretty. We don't have to get out of the car in the cold or rain. All right, that's pretty genius on there for all the other states. All right. There is another one somewhere. All right. All right. The little pendant is too big, so I am gonna have to make another one here real quick. All right, there we go. You pay more, Bonnie, and have to pump your own? That's genius. Oh, you guys have self-checkout too. I love that. All right. All right, I'm going to drill a little hole for the cord, and hang on one sec. Okay, let me get this lined up. So I am going to have to make another one because that's not right. So if anybody out there could figure out how to, and I know you can because I made a bigger one right here. Actually, that hole is bigger than that one. So I know you can do it, and I moved it off. I just want it, I want it centered right above that is what I want. Boom. Switch cameras back. I want it centered straight above that instead of off to the side. And I know there's a way to do it. I just don't know what it is yet. All right. So we got that. Let's line that up. Actually, like right up and down. And I will drill a hole right there. And then I will... Wow, that's awesome, right? Mark, right? That's awesome. All right, there we go. I got it straight up and down there. So I'll get I'm going to leave this on there. Actually, I'm going to leave this on until I get the other thing done again. All right, put this thing back. Yeah, we have full service here in Oregon still, but yeah, it's even not full service. You just sit in your car and somebody comes up, asks you what you need. You tell them, well, I'm not here for a new TV. How about filling up the tank? Just kidding. They don't. They just take your credit card and her money or whatever. They wash your windows. All right. Need to cut up another little chunk of this honeycomb. Hang on a sec. Sorry, I got to fire up the bandsaw for a second. There we go. All right, same thing. Get this back on here. A piece of tape. Knife. All right. So, everybody, what do I got? 14 minutes left? Oh, yeah. We can do it. So, everybody enjoy the craft festival today. Get to see a bunch of cool stuff. Where is everybody from? Can double-sided carpet tape work as well as this tape? Marlin. I am not sure. I think the carpet tape is like probably too sticky. And I know there's some different brands of the double-sided tape, and I've heard from other people some of them work good, some of them don't. This is the spec tape is the one I'm using. I use it for the CNC machine too, and I've never had a problem with it. But I know it's expensive, but I don't know, it's like a 60-yard roll or something. And I probably got this roll right here probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm still working on it. So I think the carpet tape might be a little much. All right, there we go. Oh, hey Steve, how you doing? Long time. Man, it's been a couple of years since Steve. All right, got that on. I'm going to go ahead and true that up. And I'm just going to use the parting tool to knock the corners off here real quick. Tennessee. Mike's in Washington, not too far away. Oh, from Scotland. Nice, nice. All right, before I go any further, I'm going to grab the calipers here. And where's our little pendant? Or I mean the thing I just made. And so, that's not it. Where's the one I just made? Did anybody see it? Got it. Got it. All right, there it goes. So I'm going to use calipers and then bring that down to that diameter. I like to do these first. This one didn't work out that way, but I would rather do the inlay piece first, and then that way, as you're turning this, you can just keep testing it. Doing it this way is you have to make sure it's exactly right. So I'd rather do it the other way around. And actually, kind of need to come in from the side on it. That's probably another reason. Because that's kind of putting a lot of pressure on just double-sided tape to actually bring the diameter down. But it seems to be holding good. Actually got quite a bit of ways to go. All right. All right, there we go. We're getting close. Go. So that is the top of it. just kind of touch it up just a little bit. Go slow on this. You don't want to go too small. You can't put it back on. There we go. All right, now we can clean up the face of it. I could just start singing now and scare everybody away. All right. And with something like this, it just depends on what you're trying to do. You can make the what do you call it? The inlay piece here. You can make it flat and sand the whole thing flat on the pendant. You can make it stand out like what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of doming this over and then coming in a little bit so it stands out a little bit. But you can make it just flush with the rest of the piece too. All right. Run through the grits here real quick. Ah. Turn the lathe speed down. All right. Is there anybody left out there in the chat? Because Robin just yawned. So she said she took a deep breath, but I know her yawns. You guys got to wake her up. Oh, scaring people away with the singing. Jamie, the juggling and singing. That's all I have. You can't take away my horrible singing. Yeah, the resin shavings, Cameron. It just looks cool. And I don't know, it does look like a giant mess, but it's literally like within 2 feet of the lathe. It just kind of stays right around here. I love doing it and then doing slow motion with it. It just looks awesome. Yeah, if it's solid resin, it's actually like cooler because they're like big long ribbons. When you're doing a hybrid or something, it kind of breaks them when you go across the wood. But when it's a solid resin piece, it's just crazy. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Just going to put some pins plus on this real quick. How are we doing on time? The chuck is a joiner off-center jig. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just a bottle stopper mandrel with the joiner off-center jig on it. All right, I'll put one more coat on it here real quick. Let it dry for just a second. All right. There we go. And then again, just pop it off with the knife. So for like pendants, little things like this, the double-sided tape works great. And for like bottle stoppers and things like that, the other, what do you call it? The other plate, you use kind of a waste plate on it. So I didn't quite cut all the way back, so I'm just going along. I don't know if you can hear that chipping off. There's like just a little lip on it. So hopefully it will pop right down in there. All right. If not, I might need to sand it. Where is it at? There it is. All right. All right. It's just got a little, I think it's those little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like little, I dropped that. Heard it fall. It was the button. All right. Hang on, it's ready to go in, I think. All right. Hang on, I'm going to take some sandpaper here and just run. Need some fingernails? Yes, I need fingernails. All right. There it goes. Okay, goes in just like that. Now I need to get that out of there. All right. So I'll glue that in there. Let's go ahead and put this back on. And we'll get that glued in there. And then we'll get a deburring knife. I need something. You don't like their box knife? That's custom. All right, then that goes right in there. And I'm gonna let's use, hang on one sec. So the other one I did too, the other thing on this. So I used CA glue. So I put that in there. I put CA glue, the Star Bond, all over the whole thing, and then pressed it in. And it made it really dark, like a rich honey color. But there's one little spot there in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see it. It's light because the CA didn't touch that part of it. So we're going to fix that on this one. Because I handed it to Robin. She goes, "What's that light spot for?" She goes, "Why is there a big white spot in it?" And I said, "I'll fix it on the next one." All right. So we're going to put more CA glue in this time. It is on the desk. Jamie, my other knife is on the desk. I love that thing. I just, hey Jim, have a good one. All right, I got all that in there. And then I got quite a bit of CA in there, and hopefully this will go across the whole thing. Look at that, it did too. So it filled in the whole backside of it. Bonnie, okay, I'm sorry, what did Bonnie want? Oh, like a tipped wine glass. Yeah, okay. For a bottle stopper? Yes, I could do that. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I can kind of, yeah. As far as the jig goes, I will get some oil on that in just a second. But CA glue kind of squirted out now. I need to fix that, or wait till it dries. But yeah, so the off-center jig. Let me switch cameras back here real quick. I'll show you how the bottle stopper part of it works. So this is your jig. It's these two plates. It comes with the 3 buttons, and it comes with these bolts right here that go through the back side. So these things screw right onto here, just like this. And this is just a waste block that I screwed on there. I go in just like that. So you just tighten them down. So the waste block that I have on there, I'll show you that from the other side in just a second, doesn't have a hole in it. But where'd it go? To do bottle stoppers, this bolt goes inside that plate and goes through basically a waste block here. This is 3/8/16. Then you would just screw your bottle stopper right onto it. But you can still move it in any position you want around there. So you can do the same thing I just did with the buttons, but you don't need to have the buttons. You can actually just double-sided tape it right onto this, and you could still unscrew this thing and move it over. The buttons just give you a little more variety as far as you can move the buttons off center too. So this is off center right now, just like that. But you can take the buttons and move them even more off center in any one of the 10 holes on the front of it too. So on this one, you can unscrew that plate and turn this thing too. So every hole, you can still turn it around any one of these positions on this thing. So these all just unscrew, and you can keep twisting this thing anywhere you want. So, but yeah, the only thing that's different is as far as this, you make a waste block just like this, but drill a hole in the center of it for this bolt to come through, and it just pops through just like that. Yeah, and one of those downloadable PDFs on the website is on making bottle stoppers. I keep dropping everything. I'm a mess today. All right. There we go. Now let's put a little bit of oil on that. I gotta get it all set up. Nobody out there gave me any tips on how to get them lined up. Robin said no. Huh. All right, there we go. Now we can put a little bit of oil on it. I'll sand that up a little bit, and we will get this in the mail. Where are we sending it to? Is he still in the chat? So he just won and then took off? Robin said, no, I didn't say that. She goes, he just wasn't really talking. He just came in with the right answer and boom. All right. Let's go back. Sorry, had it on the wrong camera. Yeah. Yeah, really, it's actually pretty dark. I don't know. I kind of like the lighter wood better. Robin likes the dark walnut, but I don't know. think I might. It brings out the yellow a lot more in the with the maple. So I'm not sure. Robin. Marlin. Yes. Self-checked out. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I like kind of the more yellow honey than the amber. Robin. Hey Mark, have a good one. All right. There we go. And I'll just put a little bit of oil on the back too of it. But yeah, it's like even the pendant I made it last week. It's basically you can cut grooves across this stuff, turn it, and come across the top of it. There's just a million different patterns, and like on that video I put a bunch of examples of different things people had done with it. In fact, that video, I'll put a link in the description to that video too. Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Let's give me a second here. Boom. Do another. You know what, Jim? Just you asked for it, because I'm gonna be real with you, because this is what I wanted to do, and Robin said no. So, Jim, I love you. Jim, you still there? I wanted to do a pendant out of the piece of honeycomb because I love this stuff, and that was my original idea. And Robin said I want it on walnut, so. Guess what we did? We did it on walnut. Okay. Christian, you're going to bed? Kirsten, you're going to bed. Kirsten, Germany. Well, we'll still be here when you get up. I think we're pulling an all-nighter. No, I'm not going to juggle today. I'm sorry. I'll do it next time. Next time, I promise, we'll juggle. I got to do another pendant now. Jim wants it. Okay. So we're going to make a pendant just out of this. And you can choose whether you want the really nice, just natural one or the walnut one. All right. Where are we at? Hang on, I got to move the camera back over. I was getting ready to shut this thing down. All right. We are back. All right. Just like that. We're back on. All right, Cameron, have a good one. Let's see where we're at. Oh, got some flat spots in it still. See where we're at there. And still have a little flat spot there. All right. Still just barely. There we go. All right. This is actually going to be the back side of it. So we're just going to make sure it's cupped out just a little bit. We're going to round it over. And just test it here real quick just to make sure that looks good, right? Yeah. All right. Just going to sand it up real quick because I don't know, I just thought that just one like this would look cool. So, and if it was basically just a wooden pendant, they're really actually pretty quick. If you're not doing like an inlay or anything, it really doesn't take much time. Robin is laughing and typing. Anytime I hear Robin chuckling and typing, I always wonder what's going on. All right, there we go. And all right, we're just gonna put on some Pens Plus and just to see what it. Howard, all right, have a good one. Jim, you mentioned do another pendant and everybody's taken off. All right, we'll flip this thing around. Actually, that one like dulled it up. I'm gonna put another coat on. It was actually shinier the first time. I don't know what I did different. There we go. All right. I think I buffed it back down to what do you call it? Buffed it off of there. All right. Get this thing off. All right. And actually that's stuck on there, so we're going to put that right back on the same piece of tape. And it is a little bit off. Good enough. Smash it together. All right. Same thing. was, I don't think Hayden was on the chat, in the chat. Jamie's parents wore him out. I don't know. I don't know what Mike's talking about. But I don't think it wasn't Hayden. Because they couldn't have wore him out. Jamie's parents would have been crying. Yeah, he's not going to be whatever you call it or want to call it. But he will not give up, ever. All right, same thing here. We're just going to go through the grits, and then I'm going to set this one off to the side, or put the hole off to the side, but I'll do this when the lathe is spinning. You spin me right round like a record, baby, right round. Second, I could sing that. Maybe I should learn the words to that, whatever song that is. Oh, Jamie's parents were in the chat, not Hayden. Okay. Were Jamie's parents in the chat this morning giving Jamie grief? Maybe. Do, 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 do. Oh, I really like that. I really like that. Okay, and then we're going to kick this. Jamie, you can't. Jamie wanted to know why I didn't watch his live. It's because it's like 3 in the morning. It's not cool. We need to do it. So these are just the scraps. So Zach makes bottle stopper blanks. So they're like 2.5 by 1.5 by 1.5. And when he trims them off on the, I believe it's a bandsaw or the table saw, when he trims them off, there's a little, whatever's at the top of the mold, he cuts it off. So this is just a little piece that's left. But you can take the bottle stopper blanks and slice those up too. That's what I was telling Robin. She goes, well, nobody else has the scraps. And I go, well, you can take a bottle stopper blank and slice it up into like 5 slices and get, 10 pendants out of it. So it's kind of, something different to do. So they're made in little rectangles pieces. Or is what they're for, is for the bottle stoppers. And these are just the cutoffs. Oh, here, I'll just show you one of them. Like the whole thing. The chunk. So there it is. So the mold, this is the top of the mold where all the resin just, the actual stopper blanks are down here. So when he takes them and slices them out on the bandsaw or the blank that we're using is on there as part, and it just like trims it down. So you can see there's not very much aluminum in there. it's just thin, and so he just fills it up with the yellow resin up to the up higher than the aluminum, and then just slices these off. All right, Pens Plus, right? You bet. Yeah, but if you really wanted to make some pendants out of them, you can take the stopper blanks and slice them up, and you'd get quite a few pendants out of it. What am I looking for? Oh, Pens Plus. I'm like lost today. I don't know. I keep dropping things, and hard to stay focused. After Jamie said he was a worse singer than me, that's impossible. All right. Hang on a sec. Okay. Is that in focus? Because it looks awesome. There's a lot of junk around it. Robin wants me to get it up closer. How's that? There we go. That focused, right? Yeah, it's super cool. And then I'm just going to pop a little hole in one side of it and I'm not quite sure where that is yet. I'm thinking number 9. All right. So same thing with this. We will just bring it up here, turn it back up, and I believe that's way too close. So because it's smaller, we got to go way in. Because it's smaller than the actual button. So I'm going to go into 6. Maybe I should have read the spreadsheet. I'm going to go in one more. It's pretty close though. But I'm going to go in to, that was 6. I'm going to go into 5. There we go. All right. All right. All right. And then I'm just going to come in with the detail gouge. And just come right in and pop through the other side. There we go. And then we'll sand that little spot up right there. And I can do that by hand. And just run through all your grits again, and it puts a nice little hole right there at the top of it for hanging their string. And I'll keep running through them. All right. All right, one more grit, and then we can go home. We can all go home for the day. Put it back on center. And there we go. Robin's trying to think of another trivia question so somebody can win this one. And she goes, then they would be the second loser. If you're not first, you're last. That is the only motto. She can't think of a question, though. All right. All right. Boom. Beautiful. Yeah, I think it looks cool like that with just the aluminum and resin. I like it. All right, let me switch cameras back over and we'll... All right. Oh. All right. Switch cameras back over. All right. All right, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I really like that with just a natural natural piece. Jamie has a question. Jamie has a question that we could use. Why don't you tell everybody the answer and then... Okay, you have to message Robin the actual question. And it has to be a good question. All right. Oh, for the giveaway. All right. Okay, Rob. Jamie has a question. Hang on. Give him a second. I thought we were going to bed. Now we have to wait for Jamie to relay the question. Hang on. All right. Everybody join in on Gilligan's Island while we wait. This is a sing-along. Are we still waiting for Jamie? Apparently we're still waiting for Jamie. He says he has a good question, shuts everything down and then doesn't tell us what it is. You can't have a good question and save it for Saturday morning cartoons next week. Hang on, we got the question. Oh, okay. What YouTube video collab did Jamie and I do? We did a collab video. He made part of it, I made part of it. All right, first person in the chat gets the other one. That was a while ago. That was quite a while ago. Do. I'm going to have to sing. It just silence is deafening. Murder Bowl. No, that was Peter Brown. A bowl. Not a bowl, Connie. Not a bowl. That was a great collab. Leaving him on the side of the road, Scott, right? Just driving away. Huh? Josh the Peapod. No, Jamie made that on his own. We still have it in the camper. Making pancakes. Just add water. J- Jamie was a flower pot. No. Jamie and Vicky were just so impressed. Jamie and Vicky were so impressed that you could make pancakes and all you had to do was just add water. No? Wow, I thought somebody. Apparently nobody watched the video, Jamie. Nice job. Ja- Jamie, my pancakes are world famous. I've been telling my kids they were world famous since they were born. So, oh yeah, that was a great collab. Right? I just actually when they were there, I just had to hold his hand and the Bantar here, that was Pat Lap, and that one here. I don't know if any of you know this, but hang on, let me get it dusted off here. Hang on. Man, it's been a while since this thing's been taken down. Had a few laps put on it. So I don't know if any of you know this, but I personally have no musical talent whatsoever. But I did practice a lot, and I got all the facial expressions down. See, look at this one. This is a good one. I could feel the music flowing through me. You see that one? That's a good one right there. Nailed it. You get a screenshot of that, Jamie. I, I don't even know what a chord is. See, it really doesn't matter whether you know how to play or not. I've listened to heavy metal. It's all about the facial expressions. Look at this is a good one. Right? Yeah. You could see me up on stage at a Metallica concert. I'd be like, boom, 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 boom. I got a good. Connie, Connie. I will personally come to your house and play the Bantar for you. All right, Connie, we have your address. We will throw that in the mail. Congratulations. It was the dartboard. All right. Bantar's going back up on the wall for another 5 years. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Another big thank you again to Jamie and everybody that joined in and everybody that helped out and was co-hosts and stuff for everybody on all of their shows. Awesome. And Pete jumped in. I can't remember who it was, but the stream wasn't working, and Pete jumped up there and did the show for him. It was awesome. All right, thank you. The dartboard, yes. Oh, Jamie's face on it, right? Right, Joey? Joey, you and I should do another collab. You got that laser. You could laser him on it. That would be good. I'll turn the darts this time. I can't remember, Jamie. We gave that away. I can't remember who it was. Somebody won that dartboard. I can't remember where it went. All right. All right, guys. Thank you to everybody. Had a great time, and we will see you on the next one. All right. Take care. Bye.